that's better than eggnog. Even if it's not Christmas, I recommend making and trying this. This is the COQUITO. It's kind of like eggnog, but it doesn't actually have egg in it. It's made with cream of coconut, evaporated milk. Relatively easy, takes a little bit of time on the stovetop, gotta let it cool, refrigerate it. So you wanna prepare this ahead of time, perhaps the day before, but it's an excellent recipe. So let's make a traditional COQUITO. Start by weighing 200 grams of sugar. So these first couple of ingredients, we're essentially making our own cream of coconut, which is just sweetened coconut milk or coconut cream. And 200 grams of coconut milk. That will make approximately 300 milliliters of cream of coconut. So if you're using cream of coconut, such as Coco Lopez, just use 300 ml. Add that in and then turn the heat on. Next ingredient is the evaporated milk, 300 milliliters, and a teaspoon of good quality vanilla extract. Then the spices, 1 star anise, 1 clove, 1 stick of cinnamon, and 1.5 teaspoons of ground nutmeg. I'm using whole nutmeg and grinding it down, so I'm just estimating this. It's a lot though. I'm actually using a scaled version of this recipe, so it's about 6 times the volume. You will yield roughly about 5.5 to 6 liters doing the full recipe, so I'll leave that in the description below. This recipe should make just under a liter. When I make my own cream with coconut, I typically add a little pinch of salt into that as well, so I'm just gonna add the tiniest bit of salt in there. Oh, that's good. That is delicious. Just wait for it to boil, turn off the heat and let it cool. The mixture has been sitting for a couple of hours, so it's had a chance to cool and those spices and flavors to meld together. So you want to use a fine strainer and strain it into your blender jug. Of course, you can do this with a stick blender, do it directly in the pot if you're using a bigger pot. You can discard most of this, except you want to hold on to that cinnamon stick. And now it's time to add a little bit of rum. 330 milliliters, 11 ounces. Add that into the mix and give it a blend for 90 seconds. Now everything's fully incorporated, transfer it into a liter bottle. The smell of this is absolutely incredible. Now transfer it to the fridge, let it chill overnight, and then we're ready to serve. So the COQUITO has been sitting in the fridge overnight, and now it's nice and cold and the ingredients have had a chance to really meld and the flavors combine. So you can just open, pour it into a chilled glass, and you're good to go. A little bit of prep time, so quick and easy to serve. As I said, this batch makes a liter, but if you want the full scale recipe, check out the description below, which will make 5.5 to 6 liters of COQUITO. As far as garnish goes, grated nutmeg or ground cinnamon. Completely up to you. Cheers. Yeah, that's better than eggnog. I mean, keep in mind, it does have a little bit of sugar in there, but it tastes so darn good. Really good. Even if it's not Christmas, I recommend making and trying this, 100%.